This is Chapter 6, Professional Learning. My name is Michaela. This is 6.1. How can English as a second language teachers and specialists engage English language learners and emergent bilinguals in the CCSS and next generation science standards? Tracy is an elementary teacher that used to be hands-on, activity-based, and inviting. She is now in a co-teaching relationship where her presence isn't as known and appreciated, seldom teaching what she's good at all. Full engagement of a teacher is better engagement of a student. Beneficial bilingual engagement strategies include bilingual professionals are at their best when they are being supported fully by the school, making sure co-teachers are teachers rather than aides in imperative to student engagement, positive relationships with student families and creation of programs that nurture the nature of bilingualism is an essential part of language teaching. A willingness to learn from students keeps students willing to learn. Use of pictures, media, gestures, student-friendly rubrics, and physicality keeps brain power strong. And partner work and collaborative skills keep students engaged. 6.2. What does effective collaboration between content and English as a second language teachers and specialists look like? A quote from the chapter: a collaborative relationship between content and English as a second language ESL teachers must be reciprocal, strategic, formal, and coherent. Planning needs to take place for proper performance. Teachers work best in their valued skill set, establishing a healthy relationship between curriculum and content, and self-reflection and constructive criticism essential in the growth of teaching. Another quote: teachers with ESL backgrounds and bilingual, multicultural education bring a strong understanding of the importance of academic language use in sociocultural contexts that have served to elevate their professional status and has placed them in leadership roles.
Hi, my name is Lina Rojas, and today I got section 6.3, which is about administrators who can use ESL and bilingual teachers to better support English learners. ESL instruction has changed. It is no longer about just teaching words or grammar in isolation. Instead, the focus is on using academic language in subjects like science, math, and social studies. ESL teachers know how to scaffold content so students can both understand the material and develop their language skills. They also bring important cultural knowledge, which helps schools build more inclusive environments and communicate better with families. Their roles are both as resources by leading and training and coaching teachers, and as collaborators by co-teaching and sharing responsibility with content teachers. Finally, evaluating bilingualism as an accent creates learning space where students' cultures and language are respected and celebrated. The next is 6.4, which is about when planning professional learning for teachers and learners must think both the need of English learners and the need of the teachers themselves. Many teachers do not share the same culture or language background as their students, so training must include understanding second language development and culturally responsive practice. A strong framework can guide this work by building literacy across subjects, connecting lessons to students' experiences, and promoting critical thinking. Professional learning should be ongoing and offering in different ways, like workshops, coaching, professional learning communities, and lesson studies. Teachers can also use models like the WIDA and SIOP to make sure both content and language goals are met. Finally, data should guide these efforts so instructions and PD can be adjusted to help students grow. The overall goal is a culture and continuous learning for both teachers and students.
6.6. What professional learning opportunities should be available for teachers who are implementing the new standard in classrooms with English language learners? What do teachers learn? Teachers are key to the future of students and communities. The development of the teacher, expertise, knowledge, and the ability to use it effectively in specific contexts compromise the coherent growth of 6 key dimensions, which are vision, motivation, knowledge, reflection, and context. How do teachers learn? Teachers are beginners in need of opportunities to grow through situated learning. Teacher learning should engage them in activity with peers, introduce them to practices, and refine from these practices and the theories that give them sense. During professional development sessions, lessons can be modeled. Teachers have discussions on pedagogical and readings and the reasons why they work. Teachers' focuses are the student development and future development. Having activities are highly motivating for teachers and strengthen their knowledge. School schedules and activities need to be reorganized to provide teachers with consistent opportunities to grow on the job. 6.6. What teachers need to understand about the challenges that the CCSS and Next Generation Science Standards present for long-term English language learners. CCSS seek nationality uniformity in student learning. They fail to recognize the diversity among U.S. students. EBS entirely absent from any discussion within the CC themselves. In school, these students are also misperceived as a monolithic group. Schools at the secondary level are best prepared to educate those students who arrive with high levels of literacy in their home language. When there are many students who arrive at the early stages of academic language and literacy learning both in English and in their home languages, LTLLS have received inconsistent U.S. schooling, moving between ESL, bilingual, and monolingual classrooms without language supports, differing programs, and bilingual instruction. LTEL need consistent programming in which instruction is bilingual, using language dynamically and flexibility, focuses on literacy development and explicitly values, builds on extends students' complex language and literacy practices in English and their home language. Attention to vocabulary. LTELLS tend to rely on basic or high frequency orally and writing instruction that focus on building a broader academic and engages students. Active read-alouds. Read-alouds offer students the space to follow along in their own text as the teacher models, providing students a focused approach to reading scaffolds their understanding through questions.
Hello, my name is Angelina Romero, and I will be presenting slides 6.7 and 6.8. I do have a little bit of a cold right now, so my voice may be off, just a little heads up. 6.7, what do teachers need to understand about the challenges that the Common Core State Standards and Next Generation Science Standards present for students with interrupted formal education? Students Interrupted Formal Education, SIFE, curriculum helps students who are 2 years below grade level in home language literacy and math skills. Low literacy SIFE, LLSIFE, at or below grade 3 literacy. LLSIFE face the greatest challenges in accessing and facing the curricula and meeting CCSS. The SIFE curriculum targets 3 major cracks in the foundation for LLSIFE. The 3 major cracks in the foundation are foundational literacy, academic conceptual knowledge, academic ways of thinking and using language. To support students, they must learn how to read and write to learn. Teachers must consider students' progression, not only what's the next step, but what they need next. 6.7. What do teachers need to understand about the challenges that the Common Core State Standards and Next Generation Science Standards present for English language learners, emergent bilinguals with learning disabilities? The CCSS and Next Generation Science Standards, NGSS, to better prepare K-12 students for college and career readiness, teachers of students who are ELLs with or without disabilities. A framework for understanding standards for college and career readiness was created. Standards help guide educators when planning curriculum, instruction, and assessment for ELLs with disabilities. Research the identification and implementation of evidence-based practices, EBP, and both the Individuals with Disabilities Act, IDEA, and No Child Left Behind, NCLB Act. Policy. Current federal policies guiding practices for ELL students with disabilities are IDEA and NCLB. It is important to consider laws, statutes, and policies for both ELLs and students with disabilities when making educational decisions. Professional development, formal PD programs, and less formal forums for education and collaboration are valuable tools for effective instruction for ELLs with disabilities. Family and community participation, including family perspectives, cultural values, knowledge, and experiences, is essential for the academic and linguistic success of their children.
Good afternoon. My name is Jubilo Cortez, and I'll be presenting slides 6.9 all the way through 6.11. Starting off with 6.9, the prompt is: how should a pre-service education program prepare educators to meet the needs of English language learners and emerging bilingualists relative to the Common Core state standards and the next generation science standards? Pre-service programs should train teachers to understand and respect students' language and culture, since classrooms are very diverse in today's date. The Common Core and the Next Generation Science Standards gives us a framework, but teachers must adjust daily lessons to fit students' English levels and use the strength they bring from home. Teachers should review bilingualism as a benefit and not a barrier. Training programs should also give future teachers real practice with diverse students. While ESL and bilingual teachers need extra preparation in bilingual and second language methods, overall programs should create teachers who are flexible, reflective, and focused on equality. For slide 6.10, what are some considerations when evaluating the educators of English language learners and emerging bilingualism? When evaluating teachers of English language learners, we can't just see at the test scores. The results can change a lot from year to year, and a student usually learns from more than one teacher. So it is not fair to credit or blame just one person. A better way is to combine the test data with teachers' observations, student work, and professional growth plans. We should also focus on progress throughout the year, not just at the end of the year. This gives us a more accurate and fair picture of how teachers are supporting their students in today's date. Slide 6.11. How can teachers' evaluation systems be used as a springboard for professional learning? Teachers' evaluation systems should be helping teachers improve, not judge students. Current systems like Danielson and Marzano don't focus enough on English language learners or students with disabilities. Evaluations should ask if teachers give equality access to learning, creating welcoming classrooms and using effective strategies, and working with others to keep growing. The goal is to use evaluations as a tool for professional learning so teachers can better support all students, especially English language learners.